This is WSLS 10, Virginia Today at 6.
U.S. swimmers detained in Brazil. New questions about a possible Olympic robbery. What Ryan LOCHTE is saying that upstaged a great night for Team USA in track and field.
They didn't have anything before. That was the issue. They did not have a policy manual for the employees.
New details on fixing Rockbridge County's Department of Social Services. What's being done to help turn the department around. Good morning and happy Friday Eve to you. Thanks for starting your day with us here on Virginia Today. I'm Patrick McKee.
I'm Jenna Zibton. Get ready for a cool down. It's coming, but we still have to get through several days first.
Small cool down. It's not that huge.
A lot of people, after talking to them, they're like, I can't wait for winter, which I am not on that team at all.
I think all of us just ready for a little break from the rain, but to see if more rain's coming, we'll get over to Christina here after we take a live look over Lynchburg, Liberty University Skycam. Lots of clouds still in place this morning. Not really seeing the sun come up over the horizon. Christina, we want a break from the rain. Are we going to get one anytime soon?
A lot of us will today, as the coverage area is going to be a lot smaller than it was yesterday. We saw a lot of very strong to severe thunderstorms into the afternoon and evening hours yesterday. Today, not as many and not as strong, but still the potential for that. This morning, we're starting out with a few light rain showers and also a lot of cloud cover. So as you head out to school, pack your umbrella, but also pack those sunglasses. We will see some breaks of sunshine by lunchtime, warming us into the lower 80s by around noon. By the afternoon bell, 3, 4 in the afternoon, we're looking at temperatures in the middle 80s, and that is when we'll start to see more of those thunder showers developing. This morning, most of the rain is along and north of 460, and everything is very light, mainly sprinkles for us this morning. All of that still situated along that frontal boundary that brought us these thunderstorms yesterday. Now, this afternoon, we still have that clash of the cooler and warmer air, so we will still have a little bit of instability in place. I will let you know when those thunderstorms develop for your backyard, and I will look ahead to that potential cool down, all coming up at 6:10. And of course, I'll have your 7-day outlook as well. Checking in with our time saver traffic system this morning. There is an accident reported in Franklin County on northbound 122 at mile marker 16. Right now, one lane is closed. Patrick?
Thanks, Christina. 6:02 now on the Rockbridge County Social Services Board, learning more about the steps that the new interim director is taking to reform the department. Bill Burleson says he started from the ground up as he works to reform the Department of Social Services for Rockbridge County. He says the most important focus right now is making sure that all of the unanswered complaints are properly dealt with. He also discovered that none of the employees had been properly vetted.
They never had done criminal background checks on the individuals that worked here. So, easy fix. Everyone has to be fingerprinted. And I worked to deal with my new, partner with the Sheriff's Department, who is the sheriff. He agreed to send a team over here. They came today and they fingerprinted everyone in the agency.
During a public hearing, several people commented that Burleson may have to track down other people who still work for the department who may share blame.
New overnight, an investigation underway in Danville after police say an armed man robbed a convenience store. It happened at the Easy Stop Market on Memorial Drive around 11:30 last night. Police say a shirtless man with a cloth covering his face pulled out a gun, demanding the clerk fill a bag with money. Police.
There are new questions this morning surrounding an alleged robbery in Rio involving 4 U.S. Olympic swimmers. On Wednesday morning, a judge issued a search warrant and an order to seize the passports of Ryan LOCHTE and James Fegan, 2 of the 4 American swimmers who claimed they were robbed at gunpoint in Rio on Sunday. And there's increasing speculation about what happened after the release of surveillance video of the athletes returning to the Olympic Village shortly after the alleged incident. The judge says they appeared unshaken, adding that they have found little evidence to support their claims. LOCHTE says he was telling the truth. He's back in the U.S., but Brazilian authorities took 2 other swimmers off a U.S.-bound flight Wednesday night before it took off. Jack Conger and Gunnar Bentz also reported being involved in the robbery. Federal police questioned them and took their passports once they found out they were heading home. They're expected to answer more questions today.
When we found out that the other 2 were about to leave the country, then the judiciary understood that it was the best for the criminal procedure to keep them in the country.
The U.S. Olympic Committee said that all of the swimmers are cooperating with investigators.
Several gold medals are up for grabs today as the U.S. looks to continue its lead in Rio.
It was a historic night from track and field, but as we just talked about, an investigation into a reported robbery targeting Ryan Lochte and his teammates, it's what continues making headlines.
WSLS 10's Paul Ryan joins us live from Olympic Park this morning. Before we get into the competition, Paul, how are people in Rio reacting to this Lochte story? Is it a big deal over there? Is everyone talking about it just like they are here in the U.S.?
Patrick and Jenna, I think it is the thing here that doesn't involve athletic competition. We're all waking up to this news, what transpired last night. As you may have heard, Ryan Lochte's teammates Gunnar Bentz and Jack Conger detained, taken off of a plane. They were sitting on a tarmac, ready to fly back to the United States. You may recall Lochte is already back in the U.S. of A. Taken off the plane, passports temporarily suspended for now. They've been released from Brazilian police custody under the understanding that they're going to cooperate with police today. We're going to hear a lot more about that side of the story and find out exactly how truthful Ryan Lochte was with NBC, especially when speaking about his incident being robbed at gunpoint.
So we have to play the wait and see game there with that at least. Meanwhile, a lot of Olympic action to get to. It was an exciting night last night and more excitement ahead in the day ahead.
Yeah, that's the trend so far, right? Super exciting if you're a fan of Team USA. Patrick and Jenna, you may be familiar with the expression e pluribus unum. It's Latin for out of many one. It's appeared on American currency for 220 years. But last night here in Rio, Team USA brought that motto to life on the way to making Olympic history.
Rollins taking command. Final hurdle. Rollins wins it.
How sweep it is. For the first time ever, one nation took gold, silver, and bronze in the women's 100-meter hurdles. Thanks to Brianna Rollins, Nia Ali, and Christy Castlin, that country is the United States of America.
It's very special because track and field usually is an individual sport, but we didn't look at it that way. We came into it together as girls, as women, girl power, so we were able to really focus and execute and each do our job, and we came away victorious.
Team USA packed the podium after the long jump, too. Tiana Bartoletta launching a personal best leap for gold. Her countrymate, Brittany Reese, snagging silver.
When people talk about running free or weightless, that's what it felt like to do that final jump, knowing that I already had the gold medal.
The men's basketball team chased away demons of its 2004 loss to Argentina, steamrolling its quarterfinal opponent, 105-78.
You know, we always knew we had some more levels to push through, and this was a good start.
For us, it's all about effort. We're talented. We matched that with effort. You know, we'll be happy with the results.
The men play Spain in the semifinals Friday. The women's squad takes on France tonight.
Blocked. It's over.
And the beach volleyball duo of Kerry Walsh-Jennings and April Ross ended their Olympics on a high note with a bronze medal win over Brazil.
I hope it looked hard because it was really hard. We had to give it everything we had left. I am exhausted emotionally and physically and mentally. We left it all on the court.
So the lady volleyball players on the beach are now done, but the indoor volleyball team in the semifinals today, that's one thing to keep an eye on. If you're more into track and field, there's plenty going on there too. The round one preliminaries of the 4x100 relay, that's going to be awesome. Justin Gatlin, Trayvon Bromell squaring off against the likes of Usain Bolt, who is also running in the 200-meter final tonight. Should be a good one, Patrick and Jenna.
Thanks so much. Paul Ryan reporting live from Rio, and Castellan, a graduate of Virginia Tech.
Yes.
So a local tie there. That was exciting to see. Our live team coverage continues covering the summer games. You can watch every morning on Virginia Today right here on WSLS 10.
It's 6:09 now, and students from around the world are in Blacksburg right now competing for their chance to make their business ideas a reality.
The Global Entrepreneurship Challenge finals are later this morning on the Virginia Tech campus.
And that's where we find WSLS 10's Erin Brookshire. She joins us now live. And Erin, these students, they've got some pretty big goals. Just what are they competing for?
Good morning. Yeah, there's definitely a lot at stake today. A $25,000 top prize for the winner in today's competition. So definitely giving these students something to look forward to. Now, the competition kicks off in less than 2 hours at 8 o'clock this morning. So it'll be a very exciting morning. Students from all across the world will be out here competing today. There will be students from Switzerland. There will be students from Mexico, Jamaica. It's a story we first told you about back in the spring as several teams from Virginia Tech competed in the semifinal round of the competition. Now, Virginia Tech's winning team will have some tough competition as they're up against students from all of those universities around the world. All of the teams have different business ideas as well, like 2 students from the University of Kent in England. They're presenting a program called ELOG that would allow refugees to build their own case as they seek asylum. It's an idea they say hits close to home.
In Europe right now, there's a huge refugee crisis, so there's real demand for basically processing these refugees faster. And we're basically we're a social enterprise helping out with the humanitarian problems that we face in Europe.
And that's just one of dozens of ideas that will be presented here on Virginia Tech's campus today. This is an event that will last throughout the day, drawing crowds out here to find out more about these ideas, find out what these students are working on. Now, coming up in the next half hour, we'll have more on the future of these ideas and business models, and we'll also give you more information about what these students from around the world have been doing during their time here in the United States. I'm Erin Brookshire, WSLS 10.
New this morning, Bill Roth, the longtime and legendary voice of the Hokies, is returning to Virginia Tech. He will be a professor in the Department of Communication. For 27 years, Roth provided radio play-by-play for Virginia Tech football and men's basketball. His call when the Hokies crossed the end zone, touchdown Tech, became iconic. You may remember last year, Roth transferred to UCLA.